What's up, Greg?
Hey Rodney, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's your day? I know I got you up late tonight.
Today was slow, I guess. I spent more time at the grocery store than I did anywhere else of importance.
Mm-hmm.
Walking the dog. Uh, she took a shit in somebody's yard, and this old man came running outside. You hear shit in the good yard, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't speak German," and I walked away with my dog.
You said you didn't speak German. It's like you just
Yeah,
walked
I didn't have
away.
a shit bag on me. And she just fucking went into his yard and just plopped it right there in front of everybody. I was like, could you be a little bit, just a little bit less obvious about where you do this? And this old guy came, well, running is a stretch. He very slowly, angrily approached me. And I was just able to walk away and was fast enough for him to run out of energy and give up. So
Oh shit.
I guess I won.
All right. Well, that sounds good. So yeah, so today we got Austin Nistler joining us. I just sent him an invite code, so he should be popping in here any minute now. Um Austin is just about to have his a new baby. I will ask him to confirm, but I think it's his first child, his first biological child. But we'll see. I haven't kept in the best touch with him, but we'll see how he's feeling. He's just getting home from his afternoon run, and hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties. But yeah, man. So yeah, so this is week 24 of 2024. So Father's Day is right around the corner. How are you feeling, brother?
If I get a tie, I'm gonna choke myself with it. That's
Yeah,
how I feel about fucking Father's Day.
yeah. Do you
Fucking
feel like
Father's
it's just
Day.
it's just another day?
It's just another day. If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have known.
Okay, well then how did you feel? I mean, how did you celebrate Father's Day with your father?
Never.
Did
I
you?
can't
Never?
remember.
You never got him
No,
a gift, never got him a card, nothing?
I don't think so. He wasn't exactly the type of guy to be like, "Hey, guess what day it is? It's Father's Day." I don't think that ever came. I don't think that
Well, it's just
sentence ever
like
once
Mother's
came
Day.
out of
Your
his
mother
mouth.
shouldn't have to remind you that it's Mother's Day, just like your father should. Like that's part of like it's
Our
not
dad
fun.
did remind us of Mother's Day. He
Yeah, that's your
reminded us
dad's
every
job, and
year
it's your
of
mother's
Mother's
job to
Day.
remind you of Father's Day. Like, but
She
it's
did not
just,
do. Nope.
oh
Nope.
shit.
Nope.
Okay. Meeting ID number. What?
Father's Day is just another Tuesday.
Oh, wait, we're having a technical difficulties. He needs the meeting ID number. Okay, so here we go. Invite. Copy invitation. Here we go. Let's try this. There we go. Try that one. All right. Sorry, guys. We're getting him joined in. This one. Okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. So my father died when I was 8, so but I still remember celebrating Father's Day though. Even though,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Like I
Well,
mean,
I'm
even
glad
though
that
like my they were divorced by the time that I was 4, like I mean, like I don't really have any like the earliest memory that I remember is my 4th birthday. I remember blowing out the candles and shit and the party like pretty vividly. But then it's like fucking hop a skip and then I'm 12. But but I don't know. I remember doing stuff for my father, like showing him that I loved him and everything. That's sad. That's
I
sad.
was about to say that I don't remember
There he
anything
is.
past the age of 10, but I'm getting flashes now that I'm thinking about it. My childhood in Germany, and no Father's Day. No Father's Day, but peanut butter. There was peanut butter,
Ah, look at that
definitely.
mustache. Looking like Freddie Mercury over there, brother.
Thanks, man. Long time no see. Oh,
Hey,
I'm
Holy
gonna.
Austin.
shit. What the
Oh,
fuck is on your face? Oh my
Sunglasses.
God. Look,
Could be worse. I could have this ram skull on right now.
holy
Oh, of course, he's
crap.
got to show off his dead animals. Where'd you
Yeah, I
get
got
that
it
at?
a ram
in New Mexico.
skull.
New Mexico. Nice.
Yeah, I should
Okay.
smuggle it out of there.
All right.
You,
All right.
you,
So,
you smuggled ram horns out of a state.
Well, I
I
didn't
don't
have
know if
check.
that's. Okay. More power to you. Do you like them?
They're dope. I'm gonna make it into a lamp. I have a machine gun barrel.
He's gonna make
I'm
it
gonna
do a lamp.
I'm gonna put the machine gun barrel on a piece of wood, and then I'm gonna feed wire through it, and I'm gonna put light bulbs on each end of the horns. I'm gonna feed the wire through, so it'll be just sitting in my living room on top of a fucking machine gun barrel with light bulbs hanging off the side. The coolest lamp you'll ever see.
I thought you would use them to pour your
I'm thinking
meat,
of
but
those
that works too.
I'm
I've
thinking of
got one
that
of those.
lamp that we all had in our in high school with like the 4 different colors, and then you can just bend them off like the reading lamp. Is that what you're talking
Oh
about? On a
yeah,
machine gun barrel and a fucking ram's head on top?
the scariest reading lamp of all time.
Shit. Well, how are
Give
you,
my wife
buddy?
fucking nightmares. You what?
I said, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Been long time no see.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you much in the past like 10 years, man.
It
Damn.
it's been that way for pretty much everybody. I feel like I've been up here in my closeted fucking North Dakota for like the last 10 years just working away, buddy.
Well, that's good, man.
Yeah,
That's
well,
you're
good
doing
and
good things.
bad, good and bad. I'm just glad that, but like that's what this year is, man. I'm fucking full bore. We started a podcast I started this podcast with Greg just last Christmas, and we've been doing this weekly. We got Gavin on here, we got PJ on here. You're our third guest, and
Nice.
we're gonna get Cody on here probably after he gets settled into Mississippi. And I just touched base with Jesse. He said he's about to leave this week, but he'll be back before Thanksgiving. So we'll probably have him on for like maybe our fucking 1 year anniversary episode. That'd be fucking cool.
He'll have some cool
Whoop,
stories,
whoop.
man. He's going to some cool places.
But yeah, like that's basically what this podcast is about. Is just, well, for the main part, it's just Greg and I bullshitting on a weekly basis, and then we're just getting people in when we run out of stories. Yeah. But
That's a
yeah,
good way
Well,
to
at,
reconnect,
fir-
man.
yeah.
at first I thought we wouldn't run out of stories, but we've been doing this for so long and put so many hours into it. I'm starting to have that problem. Like, oh shit, I need to go do something so I can talk on the podcast.
Yeah, well, we were
Yeah,
cranking out
generate
like
stories.
we were
I
cranking
need to
out
go
like
fight a
episodes
bear or something. We could talk about that for 20 minutes.
You can talk about
Yeah.
that for 20 hours, man. Fucking bear.
Yeah, so we're gonna shoot for an hour. Yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you. For most part, it's Father's Day is coming up, so like this is gonna be our Father's Day episode. Uh,
He
I
keeps saying that like it's important. Nobody
well,
gives a fuck about dads.
well, fuck you, bro. I'm hosting a goddamn podcast here. We gotta follow some kind of form, bro. What the fuck?
Hey,
Some sort of
how
script.
about it's hump
Yeah,
day?
script.
Okay,
Thanks.
because it's Wednesday, just hump day. How about that?
No, it's
Whatever
Monday.
happened to Hump Day?
It's whatever day that
Um,
you're listening to, so whatever. But we're releasing this next Monday, so fuck. Whatever.
Okay.
Where do you post your
Whatever.
podcast at? Is it on YouTube?
It's just on we are on YouTube, but I've been lazy as fuck, so like right now we're exclusively on Spotify.
Oh shit. Okay, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, you can post it up. It still says government for some reason on our category. I don't know.
Oh, it's because they're listening.
No, it's because
Yes,
I'm really shitty
they're
at social
listening to
media.
our bullshit, to our stupid shit that we have to talk about.
Well, yeah. Well, it's because like they didn't have any good categories. I didn't think that we were really comedy, and then Greg wants to be all historical and shit. So he's like, but he hasn't told one good historical story yet.
Okay, hold on. It's really hard to talk to somebody about history on an emotional level when you don't know shit about history, Rodney. Like, geez, how am I supposed to get with you into the Edo period and how
Talk to
drunk?
the fucking void. Talk to the listeners. You don't have to talk to me, jackass.
Or you can
Well,
teach them about history.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I
Exactly.
guess I could try.
Yeah.
Like
guess
the
I
Battle
could
of
try.
Kenai.
But not it's because Greg can't work on anything else. He's busy with work and his kids and his life and getting his ass beat and finding a new job.
Where are you working at
I'm
now,
doing
Greg?
I am for the past 5.5 years I've worked at my local McDonald's
Okay.
here in town. But this past couple months I've been applying left and right to all sorts of places now that I've finally been able to get my resume in German and the credentials and the way they want shit written. But it wasn't as easy as I thought getting into the whole swing of things because it's been a long time since I've applied for jobs. But I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I see what people are asking for and the way I'm supposed to talk and the proper etiquette and all that. So any day
Sounds like
now,
dating.
something's going to change.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that. Constantly having to take my fucking pants down and show 'em my ass and maybe spank myself a little. Maybe they'll take me, but so far nobody said yes.
Yeah,
I relate
Maybe
to
I'm
that.
not.
didn't they
Maybe
want
I'm
you to
not
piss in
spanking
a
myself
cup
hard
too?
enough. I don't know.
You kind of just have to do like the machine gun method. You just gotta pump out a bunch of just opportunities, and something's gonna stick.
Yo, that speaking of these job interviews, I had the most awkward situation at my local grocery store. Uh it's a congested city, so I see everybody's face at some point or another. And there was this particular company that I was trying to get a job for, and they had me applying in 3 different departments at their thing. So I saw the lady at what's that called, admin, the admin lady. I The first person you go to when they're going through the whole process of sending you to whatever department. And I crossed paths with her at the grocery store, and I was like, oh, do I ask her why she didn't hire me, or do I da, 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 da? And I'm having some kind of like mental fucking breakdown, and the whole store is watching me just standing there like uh
You're just staring at her, making it worse.
yeah, but she didn't notice me right away. So I chickened out. I didn't say nothing, but I'm in line and she's like 3 people ahead of me. So all she's got to do is turn around and be like, oh, look, there's that fucker we didn't hire. And she eventually does turn around, and I'm trying to be in my phone. Da, 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 and I eventually like look up and she does this whole maneuver, just hi, hi, how are you? And I shit a chicken right then and there because I was like, hi. It was not fun. There was nothing fun about an interaction. I wanted to die then and there, man. I didn't like that at all.
Dude,
Oh,
those are the worst social interactions because you're being forced into that interaction. There's no way to prepare for it. It's so hard to find common ground. You're not really sure how to initiate. It's fucking
uh,
awkward. In essence, those are the worst situations. I fucking hate those things.
oh God, it hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I hope one of us dies before we ever have to interact with each other ever again.
But now that you said that, you're gonna manifest it. So you're gonna bump into her at least once a week.
Don't say that.
You already
Don't
said it.
say that. I
You
hope I
manifest.
forget what she looks like.
No, that's even worse.
I forget. I hope she forgets what I look like. That would make me even happier.
But you wouldn't know if she forgot what you look like. So it'd just be weird because you act like you know her, but she
Well,
doesn't think she
he
knows
has
you.
been growing his hair out for like the last 2 years, so I mean,
If I shave my head, she won't recognize me. You're right, Rodney. I need to go
Let
to
me
the
see your
wait,
barber.
hair.
wait, when did this happen?
About 5 hours ago.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Fuck, dude. I like
Oh,
looked away for 5 seconds and I guess I lost the main topic of the whole story. Like I was
oh
listening, I'm
God.
like, fuck, what is he talking about?
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Luscious, dude.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Yes, I look nothing like I was ever in the army. It feels good. None of the Americans around here ever recognize me for anything. They don't think I'm anything. And then I open my mouth and speak English to them, and they're like, "You're American? What are you doing here?" Same thing you're doing here, dude. Working.
Fucking imposter.
Oh, you look like Fabio.
I got Lord Farquhar from PJ
Yeah.
last time. That 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 I randomly think about him calling me that in the day, and I chuckle for no reason out loud in front of other people. And there's no way to explain to anybody with a normal mind that I'm Lord Farquhar because somebody told me on my podcast. That doesn't. None of those. None of those words
Do you have
You
hair
can
underneath your
justify
lip, or is
why
that
I'm laughing
shadow?
randomly.
You gotta use
Do
like
what?
an ambiguous
Do you have
response.
hair underneath your lip, or is that just a shadow?
Who, me?
No, Greg.
Oh.
Okay, you do have a little soul patch.
I can't see.
Dude, I just look like a dirty old hippie,
I just
man.
thought
It
you
works.
just had your bottom lip was just giving that much of a shadow. I'm like fucking looking over here like V for Vendetta with two.
Why are we shitting on the way I look? That
don't
man's
know,
got an
bro.
80s style porn mustache
He
on right now,
does,
and we're
bro.
talking about
Fuck, man.
what
Take
I
the
look like. Are you
like you
kidding?
don't have to shave it off, but trim it at least.
No.
Dude, you could make those
You
80s
just
home
fucking
videos like,
collecting shit now, aren't
"Hi,
you?
I'm Kyle."
I get people strokes on post.
You give people strokes on post.
The command sergeant major for the 101st Airborne bitched about my sideburns, my mustache at one point
Yeah.
because he saw me at the gym and my mustache was just like was way worse. It was like fucking longer and was like hanging over
Yeah,
the side of my
like a
mouth.
walrus.
It was ridiculous. And he was just like the short man. He was just like, "Are you in the army?" Yeah. So we just don't abide by uniform regulations. Like,
Nah. So you're still in the military, or are you a civilian contractor now?
I'm still in. I get out in October. I got a job application with the State Department. I interviewed like 4 weeks ago. They didn't call me back, so that means I probably have to reapply. But I have like 7 or 8 friends that work there currently. They all applied 3 or 4 times. I got a bunch of
Hey,
referrals.
keep stroking whoever you need to stroke. It'll work.
Well, they get 40,000 applications a year. They interview less than 10% of people. So the fact they interviewed me means that I'm qualified. I just got to keep machine gunning the application at them.
Ah.
I had one interview. I blew it. It never came for me again. So I get what the situation you're in. It's there's a lot riding on this.
Oh yeah.
Is your position state bound or is it overseas?
At first, it'll be in DC, but I'll have opportunities to go. I can get posted over in like peaceful areas for 2 years. I can do combat zone rotations for a year.
Okay.
If I do a combat zone rotation, I get 6% of my base pay on top.
Woo, money.
It's dope, and you get 3 bouts of R&R for 30 days. So it's only 9 months. They pay all basically all your bills. Retirement's dope.
Yeah.
Well, my buddies worked there since 2020. And he cleared 210 last year.
Okay, so we're
with
talking
no
about real
overtime.
money here.
With no overtime.
Okay.
It's cool. It's a cool fucking job.
Okay. Well,
Tired of the
keep
mill.
on keeping on. That's how long have you been in the military now?
Just about hit 10 years. I did 5 years in the Marine Corps. Went to Florida State. Graduated Florida State about 5 years ago. I've been in the Army about 4.5 years now, and I've been a sniper the whole time, basically.
And what was that transition from being a Marine to going to the most garbage armed forces that we got?
Well, it was super weird because I was in college for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I went totally feral. I had a fucking mullet, full beard. I had 3 motorcycles, no car.
Dude, when were you not feral? Oh yeah, I guess the application process.
Oh yeah. Dude, I was doing all kinds of wild shit, experimenting on all sorts of like chemicals and people, and rode my Harley across country, hit like the tail of the dragon, or wrecked my bike, like all kinds of just crazy shit. And then I was like, I want to go back in the military, do some cool stuff. And then they didn't send me to basic training for the Army. They just kind of dropped me off at Campbell, and they're like, "You're in the Army now."
Well, I mean, you did like that is like a demotion, not a promotion.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a lateral move, but
Yeah.
the fact that they I don't know if it's them trusting you or them not interested in you to just drop you off at Fort Campbell like that and be like, let's see what happens. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I missed so the cutoff is you have to be out for 4 years in order to have to go back to basic training from the Marine Corps. And I was out like 3 years, like 8 months.
Okay.
So I barely missed the cutoff, but I was out just long enough to not really remember a lot of military stuff. And the Army's different too. The Army's way fucking different. It was weird.
Yeah,
It
it
was a
is.
fucking fever dream, dude.
Oh shit.
It was super weird.
Had to fucking learn quick.
So what do you
Yeah.
prefer, the Marine Corps or the Army?
So the training in the Marine Corps is a lot better.
Okay.
Everyone's a fucking meat eater. Everybody's constantly in the gym. If you're fat, I've seen people get kicked out for being fat faster than drug pops.
Not in the Army.
There's fat people everywhere, and people don't like my commentary about it. I walk past fucking strange soldiers in public, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And everybody just looks at me like I'm the asshole. That guy's fat.
Like,
Where's the
yeah.
uniform? He's fat as shit. What is he
Yeah,
doing
but
here?
everybody can see it with their eyes. We don't have to hear about it too, fucker.
Well, people forget it.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
he's a
get
good
it.
guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I get it. Like fucking right time, right place. Like you don't. There's no room to be fat if you're gonna be in fucking active military duty, right?
especially now when we have such low recruiting going on, the lowest that it's ever been. So all they got is fat guys going into the Army.
Like when I say fat retards, they're everywhere.
Oh man.
Hey,
Like you can't
Thank
make
you.
this shit up.
You mean Americans?
Dude, it's
Yeah.
nice to know. The U.S. Army isn't the only one that lets fat people in. Okay, don't get it twisted. But it's
Oh,
nice to know that the Army has not changed at all since I got out in 2011. Because what you just described is what I. That was my last day. Like 5 fat people were like, "See ya."
I don't know,
I was
man.
like,
well,
"Okay,
that
bye."
guy's an American soldier.
I don't know. It's weird. Like fucking, I'm like the only civilian. Like all my friends are fucking military in some way. So I'm always left out, sitting here. I'm like, fuck you guys, man. It's hard not being fat if you live in America.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between like being fat and being fat in the military. The way I see it is if you're fat
Yeah,
in the
no.
military, especially in combat arms, you are giving me, my family, and my friends the middle finger because you are not physically capable of saving someone or
Yeah.
carrying your own weight.
It's like being a fat fireman.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
That
Have you
fat
guys ever
firefighter
seen
ran
a
out of
fat
breath and my
fireman?
daughter burned to death. You
Huh?
what?
Have you guys ever seen a fat fireman? Doesn't that like break your heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the American. Well, I mean, the captains are usually always the only fat one.
But they're usually like jacked too, though. Like they're fat, but they're jacked as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because all they do is deadlift. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like that's what it is, though. It's like you get comfortable, but I understand you're like I don't find it's not offensive if it's in the right place. Like you say, you're coming from this point of like you're making it your job to put yourself on the line, and if a basic diet isn't important to you, then how much is my life to you?
Yep.
You
But
know,
it's not just the individual, it's the fact that there's an organization out there that tolerates this
yeah,
behavior on a huge
bending the low
scale that's
the
kind of
standard.
breaking the morals of what the foundation's actually all about. Or maybe I'm just talking shit. What do I know?
That's what
No, I agree.
this podcast is about, bro. Like there's the disclaimer all the way in episode 1. None of us, well, I mean, he's college educated, but we're not. So, but
Not me.
it's whatever. First
College is
Amendment
gay.
rights.
Super gay. It was fun.
Yeah,
It's just
college is pretty gay.
a lot of stupid shit that
It's
goes on.
expensive because that's an expensive fucking anal raping.
Oh yeah.
Okay, did you enjoy your time at college, or do you wish that that never happened?
I want to go back.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay,
Austin
so you
doesn't
had
know how
fun.
not to enjoy himself.
I don't know, man. Okay,
Dude, you
okay.
meet some crazy people, you do some crazy stuff. Some of the classes are fucking cool. I took a bunch. My major was sociology. My minor was in psychology, and I got a certificate in U.S. intelligence analysis on top. That was through the Homeland Security Department at the school.
Yeah.
So are
And-
you really, really smart or batshit crazy? Because I know the line's like this.
He's really hard. He really has
Think
a
about
hard
this.
time at showing how smart he is. I feel the mullet, and the
autistic.
mustache they're like disguised.
Dude, that's his crazy. That's the part of him that he can't let go where he's still a lunatic. Because he can say all the smart shit, but then you see the mustache,
Yeah,
you
but
go,
he's
oh shit.
aimed. He knows how to
Did-
aim
did-
himself.
Dude, he
right?
showed us fucking
That's the Florida man in him.
I have a burrito butt tattoo.
Oh my god.
I got a butt tattoo
Oh my
too.
god.
Dude, what's your butt tattoo?
Uh, It's this thing. It's just a leaf. The Naruto thing.
Oh, mine's a burrito. Hold on.
Oh,
No,
he's gonna show us his
no
ass. Here it comes.
nudity.
Do
No
it.
nudity.
Do it.
That's fine.
Yes.
A smothered
Oh.
burrito at that.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it was
so-
a burrito I ate. It was so good I wanted to get it tattooed.
our first ass on our podcast. This is great.
That sums up Austin right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, before I forget, you guys want to hear a funny mullet story?
Yeah. Fucking shoot
All
it.
right, so
Go for
when my
it.
mullet was in full like lettuce, crazy shaved sides, fat mustache, I applied to be a drone pilot with the Florida State Emergency Management Department, and I had like no experience with drones.
I'm just imagining Theo Vaughn right now.
I had kind of like the Theo Vaughn fucking mullet thing going on, but I found out about the job posting. I was like, why not? So I showed up this job interview. I wore a hat, wore my FSU polos, my slacks. I showed up to the interview and I met with the director of the department and kind of asked him some questions. He was like, "Do you have any experience in drones?" I was like, "Well, I watched a few fly when I was in the Marine Corps, and this is like 2018.
Okay.
Watched a few fly while I was in the Marine Corps." He's like, "Oh," I was like, "But I will show up right time, right place, the right uniform, with a can-do attitude. Very interested in learning. I'll learn faster than anybody you've hired before, and I'll be a genuine joy to work with." And I smiled.
Okay.
Like,
and it worked.
It worked. It gets funnier. He
I hire you.
I told him 15 an hour. I told him 15 an hour. He's like, "Ah, we can do better than that. We do 20." Oh, it's not bad. Okay. So I show up like 2 days later for my first day after he gave me the call, and I'm in their like laboratory thing, like learning what the drones are and shit. And I just had this luscious mullet. And he walks over me. He's like, "Did you have that haircut when I hired you?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Well, that's on me." And he just let it fly, dude. He just let it fly. We'd go like teach police officers and firefighters like how to fly drones, and like we'd go like do missing persons responses,
Shit.
respond to hurricanes. I just got this crazy mullet, and after people just look like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
You're a fucking walking statement.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You're living everyone's dream.
It's
Having
Florida.
a very serious job, looking like a lunatic. It's fucking it's
Dude,
every man's
it's fun. It's fun as fuck.
So what's
You gonna
your
break through the glass ceiling of crazy haircuts.
yeah. Well, I mean, I had the mohawk all the way through senior year, and then I finally shaved it off. And then I grew
You
my
did
hair
that.
out. I grew my hair out during COVID. Did the whole like Viking look thing, fucking braided it and shit, but cut that
That's
off.
hard.
Yeah.
That takes
That
a
was
long time to
crazy.
do, man.
Well, shit, like mine was just about as long as Greg is, but my shit's super thin. So it's like fucking went straight down and like it didn't look good unless I braided it.
Oh,
Yeah, I know I got a bird's nest up here. My mom laughs at me every time.
Yeah,
she
but at
sees-
least it's manageable, man. You can actually run a fucking brush through yours.
barely, and sometimes the brush breaks
Yeah.
because it's so thick.
Yeah,
that's some thick ass hair, man.
that's so thick ass.
Yeah, but I'm happy in my own skin now. I feel like myself, so I
Good.
don't care.
Good. You deserve that.
Yeah, Greg's got good
You
hair.
said you did 5 years in the Marines. You did 5 years in the Army. What countries did you set foot on?
Japan, Okinawa, Korea.
Hold on. All right, sorry about that, Austin. We only get 30 minutes at a time. So go
Oh,
ahead.
really?
I heard Okinawa, Japan. I heard Korea. Keep going.
Philippines, Thailand, Australia.
You set foot in
I bet you fit
Australia.
in real nice in
I was
Australia.
there for 8 months, 9 months.
Okay.
How'd you like Australia?
Well, we spent 3 months straight in the field. We did like this big combined exercise because we were there for Obama's pivot to the Pacific. So we're trying like a show of force to China. So we did this huge like combined exercise. We had a mock invasion. So we're out in the field for 3 months straight, which was terrible.
When you say
What do you think is going to
combined
happen?
with
Oh,
who?
you first, Rodney.
Say again?
My bad. I wanted to ask you how you think this shit's going to go down between Taiwan and China. You think it's going to be just a political fine? We'll do it, or you think there's going to actually be boots on the ground?
there won't be any of our boots in the ground. There's way too much investment and divestment between us and the Communist Party. We're too dependent on each other. Not to mention the geopolitical sphere in Southeast Asia is very weird.
It's a different world, different rules.
Yeah. China's getting not just bigger and tougher, they're getting very smart. Their navy grows at a faster rate than ours. I think it's like 80% faster. They're making way more ships than we are. A lot of their navy is
but they're built in
coastal ships.
China.
They're good. They're new generation ships. They're new generation ships, and they fight differently too. So we can't really predict how we would fare in a force-on-force like LSCO conflict with them, because like they're not Western. They don't have the Western ideal of conflict.
Fucking robot.
Well, not even that. Like just how they do their tactics. They're
Be
very
straight
much
up Star Wars, man. They're gonna have like fucking like just drones of fucking robots coming out.
oh, it's gonna be fucking scary. Not just like the drones aside too, like all
Yeah,
kinds of
drones
crazy
too.
tech. Like even Russia, who is the biggest paper dragon of the fucking 21st century. Like
What do you mean by paper dragon? I'm not
like we thought
familiar with that.
A lot.
Is that
like
like
we thought they're a lot tougher than they actually were. They're
olive,
getting their
like
dick
all
stomped
bark,
in.
no bite? Okay.
Yeah, the average education level for a Russian soldier was 9th grade upon invasion. They had so many illiterate soldiers that were getting whole convoys lost because their drivers couldn't read street signs. And
Oh, shit.
Ukrainian GRU was going across the country and switching street signs. They were replacing maps. So you had these like mile-long convoys that would just get stuck in the mud, and then small like 6-man Ukrainian sniper teams would go out
Like
there with
that's
fucking tows.
shit that definitely would be suppressed. That would
Oh
be
yeah,
suppressed information.
they have been fucking them up. It's like the state of Florida beating the shit out of fucking Canada. Like like they're a huge paper dragon, but even a lot of their tech has been pretty crazy. Like they're jamming.
So there's hope for
HIMARS
Ukraine then. Cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that there's hope for
Well,
them.
that makes sense why Ukraine's putting up such a good fight, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
10th Force Group has been there for 20 years training them up.
Yeah.
They're very
Okay,
well.
so my next question would be: you said you were in Japan and Korea. What is that life like in the Orient? Oh my God, I have no way, I have no idea what to even grasp. Like, well, what does the food smell like, and what like that must have been wild.
So I only did like missions in Korea. Like we did like training shit. Because we took the Zodiac boats on the shore. That was about it. Just a bunch of small stuff. Spent a bunch of time in Japan.
Okay.
But the coolest one was the Philippines. Because we were like far as fuck from everyone in the Philippines. We were right near Crow Valley. And
Okay.
this was
in so like out of
2014.
civilization. Well,
yeah, like we're in
there.
You what?
So like you're like so you said the Philippines, that's what you're talking about right now? Or Indonesia? Yeah. Okay.
Philippines.
So you're saying that you're like out way just fucking off where nobody's living?
Oh yeah, like we're out in the jungle. Abu Sayyaf and the MILF were pretty big at the time. This was before Duarte came into power. So the Filipino Marines, their Force Recon Marines we're working with, they were just getting fucked up in firefights all the time. But we couldn't really help them. We did like presence patrols. We did a bunch of boat stuff with them. But we weren't allowed to like get into a tick. So we didn't really go too far away from their fob.
Okay, so you're just watching from afar, so to speak.
Yeah, it was shitty because they were like begging for help because they were losing like whole squads, like at a time. Like it was crazy.
That's when war and politics can't seem to find a happy medium, and then all of a sudden people are dead.
Oh.
Yeah. When the big thing is, so most of the fighting took place in Mindanao and the Sulu Islands, which are predominantly Muslim islands.
Yeah.
And they just wanted autonomy. And around like 98 is when like Muso extremist groups really started to branch out, because that was a big thing about Al Qaeda, is that they were decentralized. So they work with like old school Muj fighters. They would support like Abu Sayyaf, MILF, and they would just
Okay.
teach them how to fight, convince them to fight, and push them out in the world. So the Philippines was really struggling with fighting this terror presence because they were operating in entirely Muslim areas, and they all look the same. They're all Filipino. They're just Muslim.
Mm.
And it didn't. The ship didn't really right until Duarte came into power, and Duarte was like shooting drug dealers in the streets and shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was really wild how open he was about that.
Oh yeah, he didn't give a fuck. But we had a one-star general come talk to us, and at the end, he's like, "Are there any questions for me?" And one of the Filipinos was like, "Can we get real help?" Because they wanted us to go get in firefights with them because they fucking loved us. But it was one of the first things they showed us when we got on the shore because we took the Zodiacs there. So we basically drove our Zodiac boats into the jungle, and one of them was like, "You want to see me behead Abu Sayyaf?" I was like, "Dude, I would love to see that." And he pulls out this fucking flip phone, and it's a video of them beheading an Abu Sayyaf fighter. You should probably
Okay.
from the.
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry. I'll stop that story.
no, keep on going. Don't stop now. You
Dude, these
showed
dudes
your
were
ass.
harder than
We're
coffin.
talking about a decapitation. This is what this needs, man. This podcast is popping now. Holy shit.
Well, he ended up trading. I traded him a K-bar for that knife he used.
Of course you did.
And then I wrecked. I remember I got run off the road like 2 years later, and the knife was in the back seat. And when I rolled my truck 3 times, and the
Of course
knife
you did.
past my fucking head, and it cuts the steering wheel and goes out the fucking windshield.
I think
It
you
was
told me
the
this shit.
craziest, most haunted demonic thing I ever had in my entire fucking life.
Man, that knife almost took you out.
Yeah, somebody was waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this information. This was fucking amazing. I love the ass tattoo, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So
Sorry for all the gore on your podcast.
Fuck no.
I think it's all good. I mean, we only got like 10
You
listeners
think?
as it is. We'll see. We'll
It's a
see. This is
decapitation
all a
and a war
social
crime.
experiment anyways. It's not like any of us know what the fuck we're doing. I mean, fuck, we just got webcams and Zoom and we're just throwing it out there. So what
Basically, like
Austin knows exactly what he's doing. Austin has a plan, and he intends to fucking be
Austin doesn't know what he's
successful.
doing on a fucking podcast. He's just a fucking yes man.
I'm just
Oh,
here.
he's having. Oh God,
Like, sounds like
he's
fun.
whipping
Let's
out
do it.
amazing shit. Oh God. So Austin, where do you live now?
I live technically Kentucky, but you can see Tennessee from here.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Tennessee.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's super close.
You like it? Do you like it in that part of the world?
Yeah, I'm 45 minutes from Nashville,
Okay.
which is dope. Like
Yeah.
we're close to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You like Nashville?
So Broadway sucks. It's super touristy. It's a bunch of chicks that are there for bachelorette parties. Weird Asian people wearing boots and cowboy hats.
Okay.
It's like the thing to go to
like the
Nashville,
West.
everybody buys a cowboy hat. It's weird. They're like,
Okay,
oh,
so
we Western
Nashville-
now.
Okay, so
Appropriate.
Nashville is a weird place. Good to know. Do
But
you like the food in Nashville?
It's good. If you leave Broadway, Nashville's awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many
Okay.
great restaurants. There's tons of speakeasies. The music off Broadway is fucking awesome because
Okay.
the artists, they don't have to they don't need to make a lot of money per show because they play every night.
Yeah.
So you go to a total dive bar and just see this fucking beautiful girl singing a beautiful song that just touches your fucking soul, and then you get a baller ass drink.
Nice.
Like, there's some good bars in Nashville, and there's tons of beautiful
Okay.
places to eat, tons of
Yeah.
history. It's a
Yeah,
great
okay.
spot.
it's definitely one thing that I fucking miss. I just got back from Florida last weekend. Well, I was there the day after you were there, and we headed down to St. Augustine, and fucking yeah, it was just live music every corner, just a new song, a new artist and shit. I mean, they're probably not as popular as what you're talking about, but like I definitely missed the live music, like just running into it, unexpected. Like, yeah, because
I'll
up
take
here.
that Nashville out here.
Up here, you gotta have a fucking ticket and like fucking they won't play unless they get at least like 100,000 people or whatnot. I'm like, bitch, that's all there's in the state is like 200,000. Fuck.
We'll do a show, but the whole state has to go. My only stipulation.
Right? Because it's either in Minot or Fargo, and then like sometimes they come through here. Like the only comedians that come through here is like Jeff Dunham and Ron White.
Dude, Jeff Dunham's still doing comedy?
Huh? Yeah.
Really? I thought he had
Really?
like a stroke or something.
Oh, well, I don't know about
Wow.
current. I mean, he was here like 2 years ago. I never
Okay.
really liked him that much. Like
Yeah, he
after
got old
the
after I was 10.
yeah, after the what was the Ahmed guy? I'm like I stopped following him. I'm like
Uh,
He's my favorite. Ahmed's the best, man.
this is like he's just trying to make Sesame Street turn like a fucking
racist.
mature. Yeah, yeah.
Can you imagine listening to his pitch before the comedy show? He's like, all right, here we go. So Sesame Street, but we're gonna make it street super racist.
Oh no. Oh no. Can we not go super racist? Can't we just be fat phobic or
No, we're not
sexist?
going racist.
That's
We're
much
just
easier.
calling Jeff Dunham
Add
racist.
some cocaine and mess to it. That'll be more realistic for Sesame Street.
No, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, but it's good. It's nice up here though. Like if all I do is work, I fucking make plenty of money, and like yeah, that's the luxury that I have up here. Like I can take a day off, and I don't have to worry about losing my job or anything because
So,
fucking North Dakotans have like the shittiest work mentality, and I'll go on the record and say that. Fuck, like you do.
Well, I'm a little confused, Rodney. You said I have a good life. All I do is work. I have a good life, and I have 31 paid vacation days a year. I'm never at work, man. That's why my life is good.
I
you have
work.
31 paid vacation days?
And next
I
year I'm
work.
getting 33.
No, how
Oh,
much?
that's dope.
I work
Inflation.
3 weeks out of the month, and I still make 100K a year.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Fuck yeah.
More
And,
power to you.
and one of those weeks, I'm only working 17 hours. And so yeah, I work like 27 hours my busy week, and then I work 17 my slow week. So two 27s and 117, and then I have a whole week off.
So
Dude,
what do
that's
you do with
awesome.
all that free time? What do you do with
Go
all
and
that free
visit
time when you're not
friends.
working?
I go and visit friends. I travel the country.
Do you gotta get a
Great
motorcycle?
big country of 50 different states.
All right, so you made it
Canada.
to Alaska and Hawaii, and I guess Puerto Rico is not a state yet. Not yet.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, yeah, I can't see all of them. Like you're talking about, yeah, they're great because they're not because I gotta cross water.
Well, have you been to Alaska?
No, I haven't been to Alaska.
You
Why?
should really go up there. A bunch of Germans just came back from their vacation to Alaska.
I
They
live in
said,
North Dakota. It's fine. I'm cold enough. It's
but
cold
it's
here than
actually
it is in
pretty
Alaska.
in Alaska. Apparently, the wilderness is a wonder to behold.
Yeah, but I'm a coastal boy at heart, bro. Like that's the one thing that I
Coast there.
actually do miss about Florida is I miss the water. Like
Okay.
I miss staring out to the fucking horizon and shit. Like I get close to that, like because this is big sky country almost. I mean, technically Montana's got the tag name, but like you get it's like having 110 or 190-degree perspective. Like fucking, you just look up and it's everything's so wide open, like what you get at the beach.
Okay.
Like you can
Crazy.
stare off the edge of the world. Like the sky is so clear, it's like you can almost see through the atmosphere. Like that's how clear the stars get.
That's dope.
Like
That
the
does sound
Aurora
nice.
Borealis, that shit happened like 2 weeks ago. We could see it out of our backyard. Dude, like that night was so fucking clear, man. It, like I was even whenever I was going to down to Florida, like I stopped to take a piss on the side of the road. It was just a ramp, so there was no lighting or anything. And I looked up, I could see the green. I couldn't see the rest of the colors, but I could still see the green all the way in fucking Missouri or something. And dude, it was like you could if you looked into the black part of the sky, it looked like you could see like we got hit by something. Like
Okay.
just it was just like you see the bubble of our atmosphere, and then it's like we got hit with a snowball or something, and it's just like an impact, and then
That's crazy.
and then you saw the green
Okay.
lights of the aurora borealis. So like that's the beauty of being up here. Like that's the natural wonder of being in fucking Midwest, I guess. Like versus being in Florida, but it's like I like it up here, man. It's quiet. Like I wasn't really down with the whole like fucking constant being packed into Florida. Like fucking I don't like the high population areas. Like I mean they're
Oh yeah.
good for what they do, like the bar scene. Like I'm really excited to go down to Nashville and see Austin next week because I'm like I like it popped in my mind going down to Florida. I drove and I'm like fucking as soon as I crossed the border the first time, fucking it just like the trees were like so like significantly greener, you know? It's like a filter passed off like as soon as I got out of the fucking north. And I'm like, I want to come spend some time here. And then I found out that you're here. I'm like, fucking perfect. Everything's lined up. Like that's how this whole year's been going, Austin. Like everything's
Hell yeah.
been like fucking falling in place like dominoes. Like 3 weeks like no, it's been even longer. It's like 2 months ago. Greg's like, oh, if you're getting depressed, why don't you start playing guitar again? Try getting into a band. And then, like, literally that week, that's the first time I ever took advice from this dipshit. I go and
I
buy,
know that was wild.
I go and buy an amplifier, and then literally the next day, I get a call from my house cleaning business, and I go for a new customer, and the customer is the wife of the drummer that I played with when I first moved to Bismarck. So it's like now I have somebody to play with, and that all happened in like a matter of 3 days. And I'm like, and then the podcast has been going on good. We made it down to go see fucking Cody in time. That was fucking awesome.
He
You
was so stoked about that.
Dude, yeah, he was ready to fucking cry, man. When I fucking pulled up at like nearly midnight in a fucking completely random car. I had like a black, yeah, it was a black Corolla, so it just pulled up. Who the fuck is this? Everybody was out. PJ had put everybody out on the back of their back of his truck. It was fucking perfect, man. But like, yeah, dude, like this year's just been fucking great, and I'm just riding the fucking wave.
Fuck yeah,
I'm
man.
happy for you, Rodney. I'm a little jealous of your time and your resources that you have traveling the country.
Yeah,
If I had
fuck your paid
the
vacation
time and
days.
the
I make
resources,
my own.
if I had the resources, if I could drive around in the same length that you drive around, I'd have circumnavigated Europe twice by now. And so I'm happy for you. I'm really happy
Yeah,
for
I
you.
mean, like that's the thing. Like, I was taking advantage of it. Like I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and shit, and like I listen to foreign podcasts, like from Australia and from the UK and everything. And like everybody hates on Americans because we don't leave the country. But it's like a lot of fucking people don't realize how big our fucking country is and how
That
diverse
diversity.
our country is. Like just because we all speak the same language, don't mean we watch the same shows.
You know,
Don't mean we eat the same food.
there's a great book. I want to say it's called Nine Nations. I read it in school. I wrote a paper on
Mm-hmm.
it too. So the premise is that there's such a stark difference between the regions in the United States, that the difference between someone that was born and raised in Texas and someone that's born and raised in New York City is greater than almost any two countries in the EU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Huge
the only
difference.
similarities that we share is the basic language that we speak, like the root language, because there's American English and there's derivatives of American English.
Yeah. There's American English and
Well,
there's Texan and then there's New York.
And then there's Florida, and then there's Louisiana, and then there's Maine, and
well,
then there's all the way in California.
from my experience in crossing paths with Americans, especially over here in Europe, yes, there are people that are very distinct from each other, whether it be Louisiana or Massachusetts. But everybody eats McDonald's, everybody goes to Target, everybody's got their same weird Walmart story. That's kind of the thing that bonds all Americans together in their own weird thing, because we got this
It's
it,
capitalism.
about our American culture that is so distinct. For my personal experience, I've gone to 21 different countries. Do you know how hard it is to find peanut butter? or find people that are like, oh, peanut butter. Every time I ask somebody where peanut butter's at, the look of disgust on their face of, ew, you put that shit in your mouth? You fucking American. How could you do this to yourself? I'm like, yeah, barbecue
Meanwhile,
sauce
they
too.
fucking have like 12 different levels of spicy mustard.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But that's the thing.
And you'll make a jam out of every fruit except for fucking grapes. I don't know, bro. Like
but
the peanut butter at Walmart shit, that's just
an
the beauty
American
of
culture
being
is a very
united,
distinct
right?
one.
Like that's
Oh, yeah,
just
what-
the beauty of being united. Like our economy is united, but then the rest of it is up for grabs to make your own culture out of it.
Also, doesn't matter if you were growing up in California or if you were growing up on the East Coast. Everybody took a yellow bus to school. Everybody's got the same weird issues with their medical debt or college tuition. These are very American things, and it doesn't matter what
Now
part
we're
of the
getting
state
like
you're from.
conspiracy theories, and that's just like that's controlling.
No,
the
it's just
economy.
it's part of what the American culture is and what our daily struggles are. In contrast to someone from like Serbia, whose biggest issue is to make sure that his neighbors don't steal his horses, which is not something that Bulgarians deal with, right? Or Germans. Germans aren't worried about anybody taking anything except for their beer and their pork, whereas the Brits, they're worried very much about soccer teams from other parts of the world being better than theirs. It's America is a very distinct insular society.
Yeah, it is. All
so
right.
and so I'm gonna say I disagree with that because
Okay.
it appears that way because we are a pop culture monolith. You go to any country on the planet and you say name an American, they will name 10. If you ask any American, name 3 Germans, they'd be like,
Adolf,
Hitler.
Einstein.
A lot of people probably wouldn't say Einstein. They would say he's an American.
Okay. Well, Hitler was also from Austria. He wasn't German, but okay.
Yep. But my point being is that we're such a focal point culturally that a lot of these things that are seen as tropes, as stereotypes, that are, yes, common experiences, they're not cultural factors. They're common experiences, but cultural factors differ very much. And like, if you look at India and Pakistan, culturally, very different, but they have a ton of common experiences. Their culture differences are vast.
That's why they tend to hate.
Shit, even their history from partition, right? They all got the same horror stories.
The more they hate
eat
each
the
other.
same food. They got the same jokes. They India and Pakistan are like like a divorced couple almost.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good analogy.
Unfortunately, we do got to start wrapping it up. We're at the 45 minute mark. I know, man. Like, I really want to like fucking. Like, you were bitching about this being more than an hour.
It is 1 a.m. where I'm living at. I need to go to bed.
But
I'm so sad because I've spent a lot of time laughing.
Like, we need to start. Like, I wanted the idea of monetizing. Like we'll do the first hour for free, but after that, you got to pay to hear the rest of the conversation.
Okay, whatever.
We gotta make money.
Austin,
then I can pay Austin for his time.
I
can pay you for your time. Make it more worth our time. Like,
thank you for having me on.
This is my podcast. I don't need to get paid. I do need to get paid, just not from you, from Spotify. But that's a different. We can talk about that next episode.
All right. Thank you, Austin, so much for joining us, man. It's really good to talk to you again. I will see you next week.
You too, homie.
Greg, keep chugging. You're gonna get a job. You're gonna get a job, buddy.
I am gonna get a job.
You're gonna get a better job. You got a job.
And then I'm gonna move in with my. Then I'm gonna move in with my Hungarian girlfriend, and then all 3 kids and the dog and 1 rat. Oh God, I can't believe it. Oh,
take Austin's advice. Just machine gun that shit, man. Just keep going. Don't take it personal. Just fucking keep going.
Austin, you are always welcome on our podcast. This was fucking blast. Thank you so much for a highly entertaining conversation. I enjoyed every second of this shit.
All right, roll the credits and pretend there's some music playing. All right, guys.
Bye.